Welcome to Football 101. And yes, this is the Beetle. And guess what? I'm breaking it down all day long, all week long, all weekend long. And this show is all about the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys. What's wrong with the Cowboys? Oh my. What's wrong with the Cowboys after they stunk it up this past week? After they stunk it up. Yes, the Cowboys got embarrassed. This past week. And now this entire week, they were basically saying what's wrong with the Cowboys, and I'm going to break it down. After Dak Prescott went down, and their performance in their last game was just incredibly bad against the Arizona Cardinals, and got dished by the Cardinals, the young Cardinals. Put 38 points up on them, embarrassed them badly. It was so pathetic, and it was comical. So I'm gonna break it down. What's wrong with the Cowboys? Everyone's been talking about the Cowboys. Oh, how about them Cowboys? But let me tell you, when you slow things down, yes, this is the Beetle. I'm breaking it down. I've already had shows about the Cowboys, post live shows, and now this is a regular tape show, and I'm gonna break down what I see, what's wrong with the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, you bank it. You bank it. You bank it. This is going to come true. You bank it. So what's wrong with the Cowboys? First and foremost, and I'm not going to talk about and all the pontification of all these sports analysts and these critics. I'm going to get down to really just break it down through the nuts and bolts and how a team is. And I'm starting with the coach, the head coach. Nothing gets done without the head. Now just think about it. Just think about how this new head coach, who is Mike McCarthy, comes out of retirement. And it wasn't retirement, really. It was just like he was fired and was gone for a year from the Packers. So here is Mike McCarthy being indoctrinated with a special contract from Jerry Jones, and thinking that Mike McCarthy is this guru. This guru. Oh, and after coaching for 13 years as head coach. Now let me just say, I'm putting it out on record, and what I see, how Mike McCarthy has taken this job into today, how the players are responding to him, how he interacts with his other coaches. What I see during the games, I don't have privy to behind the scenes, but what the Beatles sees is not good with Mike McCarthy. That's right, it's not good. He comes in, now think about it. He said he took an entire year, after being fired by the Packers, by the way. A year and 2 years. I think it was actually 2 years since he's been off. He was fired. This is his second year. But he took an entire year to construct a special set of colleagues, team of coaches, of which when he felt that he was going to get rehired with a new contract, getting employed again, he would have his coaches in line. So Mike McCarthy, don't forget how he came back into the NFL. He was indoctrinated by Jerry Jones' special press conference in Dallas at AT&T Stadium in Dallas. And by the way, I used to live in Texas. I know how Texans are. Yeah, I used to live in Houston, Texas, and we don't like the Dallas, Texas, but I give them props. You know, everything's cool in Dallas, and everything's got to be big time in Dallas. I give them credit for that. But again, that major press conference. And what Mike McCarthy was saying during that press conference, that he had a plan. Don't forget, roll the tape back when he was given the reins during that press conference. What he would do. And he said this was his dream job. After 13 years, Green Bay, not 13, well, whatever number of years is Green Bay, I forget, one Super Bowl, and he and Aaron Rodgers, by the way, by the end, didn't get along at all, and Green Bay just put up with him for several years. But anyway, he comes on, he says during that press conference, he was looking for the team that really he would feel right about, and that he knew that he could bring in a championship with his experience. Well, guess what? His experience is not showing at all at this point in time of the season. Not at all. Not at all. Yes, they've hit a number of major roadblocks, but you're the head coach. You're a Super Bowl head coach. And your team looks bad. And it starts with coaching. Again, I'm a former player. And you see, if you look at the reaction of the players to Mike McCarthy, there's no connection. There's no connection from the players. What I see in the broadcast with the players with Mike McCarthy, there's no connection. He walks along the sideline looking troubled all the time. But then going back to that press conference, he laid out his plan to bring the Dallas Cowboys up to championship quality with his staff. With his staff. Now think about it. He handpicked his staff. He rehired Kellen Moore, offensive coordinator from the previous regime, from Garrett, Kellen Moore, to continue to call the plays. But look at his staff. I was just shocked. I was shocked of his staff, of his so-called Super Bowl staff. Now look, Mike McCarthy, thrown out of Green Bay, frustrated. Jerry Jones hires him, thinking that he's going to get a Super Bowl instantly. But his staff, offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore, okay. Offensive line coach, Joe Philbin. Think about Joe Philbin. Oh, tick-tock, tick-tock, tick. Yes, that Joe Philbin who was head coach of the failed Dolphins. The Dolphins ran Joe Philbin out. He was horrible as a head coach, Joe Philbin. He has a interesting history, but just play the tape back. He was even on he was on the show, the special show during the training camp. It's going to come to me. And when he was with the head coach of the Dolphins, it was really bad. Joe Philbin was bad. HBO, Hard Knocks. Several years ago, Joe Philbin, they did the Dolphins. Play that tape back. Joe Philbin is a bad head coach. And so he's a head of the offensive line. Bad. The offensive line is bad in Dallas. Just look at the coach. Then you go from the offensive line offense to the defensive coordinator, and here is the really bad part of it. Defensive coordinator Mike Nolan. Mike Nolan. He is one of the worst defensive coordinators. Once a head coach, San Francisco ran him out of San Francisco years ago. So somehow he becomes the defensive coordinator of the Mike McCarthy Super Bowl coaching staff. I don't know. How does Mike Nolan continue to get a job? So look, Mike Nolan, yeah, I'm calling you out. I just got to look at the record. Defensive coordinator Mike Nolan, assistant defensive line coach, I kid you not, assistant defensive line coach Leon Lett. Leon Lett, I'm sure that name rings a bell. Leon Lett, once famous offensive line tackle for the Dallas Cowboys, the infamous offensive tackle who flubbed a fumble or in the end zone way back when Smith was playing for them, and all the three amigos were playing with them, and Leon way back when and he wasn't a great offensive lineman back then with Troy Aikman, with Smith, and and wide receiver Michael Irvin. Yes, that Leon Lett. He's assistant defensive line coach, and also assisting the defensive back Al Harris, defensive back. He's from the Green Bay Packers, and I remember how he played. He was a good corner, yet he's very young as coaching. So those were the coaches that really stuck out. Look at the coaching staff. That's not impressive. From Mike McCarthy, Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore's third year of coaching? Young kid. Failed. They were going to fire him. They were going to let him go. Third string quarterback for the Cowboys, but he instantly switched over to offensive coordinator or quarterback coach. So Kellen Moore is a real young guy. Offensive line coach Joe Philbin. Failed. Defensive coordinator Mike Nolan. Failed. Leon Lett. Oh my gosh. And Al Harris, young. Now we move from the coaching. There you go. Coaching tells it all. From a former player, coaching sets the image. And going back to the head coach, Mike McCarthy, he doesn't do it for me. He looks frustrated along the sideline. He looks confused. And I'll finish out with Mike McCarthy by the end. Okay, moving on to the players. What's wrong with the Cowboys? It's the coaching. It's the players. And starting with Andy Dalton. Oh, Lord. Former Cincinnati Bengal. Yes, I'm from Ohio. Followed Andy Dalton for years. He was given the reins as the savior of the Cincinnati Bengals years ago. The Red Rifle. We believed in him. I said we, as a Cincinnati Bengal, we believed in Andy Dalton for several years under Marvin Lewis. Didn't work. Yes, he's an upper level quality quarterback, but Andy Dalton always threw interceptions, key moments, bonehead mistakes, key moments. He throws the ball well for the most part, but he makes bonehead mistakes. So right there, Andy Dalton taking over from Dak Prescott after his horrible injury, and it's nice to see Dak recuperating, looking good. And let me just say, who's laughing right now? Dak is really laughing. I'm sorry. After everything, he's laughing. He's so nice. He's such a gentleman. But at home with his brother and his family, he's laughing. Yeah, Jerry Jones going to franchise him again, not give Dak Prescott a long-term contract. Oh, Dak is just laughing. Pay the man. Dak is like, oh, you going to pay me another multi-million dollars just to franchise tag me? Okay, yeah, I'll play that game with you. But again, there's no other players on this team as a superstar. And guess who's backing up Andy Dalton? I kid you not. Ben DiNucci. Ben DiNucci, that's right. Ben DiNucci. He actually saw action in the last game against the Cardinals. Oh, my God. Ben DiNucci. Nice kid, nice guy, coming from James Madison University. Oh, Lord. And let me just say, something's going to happen to Andy Dalton. He will get hurt sometime this season. Andy Dalton he'll get hurt. And the quarterback for the Cowboys will be Ben DiNucci. Get the hype machine going already. I'm giving the hype machine. They're going to build it up so DiNucci as the savior. Because Andy Dalton will get hurt. Andy Dalton will get hurt. I don't like it, but he will get hurt. He's going to see a way out of this. Andy Dalton will get hurt. He said, enough already. Ben DiNucci will be the starter. The Cowboys already put someone a quarterback on the practice squad. I've seen some info on that from my social media pages. So there's a third string quarterback already on the practice squad. But Ben DiNucci will be the starter eventually by the end of the season. James Madison. Good job, James Madison. Of course, there's Ezekiel Elliott. Ooh, Ezekiel Elliott will carry the load. Well, you saw what happened to Ezekiel. Fumbled twice against the Cardinals. Ezekiel pounding his head. What's wrong? Sorry, Ezekiel Elliott. Oh, yes, from the Ohio State. I was never a big fan of Ezekiel. You're slow. You're predictable. You fumble. You're You're in your own world he was always in his own world, even at Ohio State. The brother never really related to a lot of folks. He just feel like, I'm Ezekiel. I am the man. No, you're not. You're slow. Yes, you can run over a few people, but those days are over. You're fumbling. So Ezekiel, oh, so nice. Oh, no. No, I'm calling you out. Elliott. You were supposed to step up. Are you going to step up the rest of the season? No, you're too slow. Your days are over. Because why? The Cowboys don't have an impressive offensive line. Yes, just like Emmitt Smith. He had a great line, so he can run nonstop. That's how he got all his yards. Great offensive line. Now the Cowboys don't have an offensive line. And that just shows you Joe Philbin don't know how to coach. Don't know how to coach up the offensive line. But anyway, Ezekiel Elliott, oh, poor. I don't feel sorry for Ezekiel. I'm sorry. I don't. He's arrogant. Ezekiel, I call it, yes, Elliott, you're arrogant. I'm sorry. You are. And then there's rookie CD Lamb, going to be a superstar, going to be all-pro. Yes, he brings it. He needs to bring more physicality to his game. He's a little soft in his game when he gets hit, but he has to bring a bit more physicality. Get physical, CD Lamb. Don't always fall down when you catch the ball. Get physical, CD Lamb. Yes, I'm calling out CD Lamb, superstar, but he just got to step it up even more now. And let me call out Amari Cooper, Mr. Slow, methodical, route runner, Amari Cooper. You don't scare anybody. You don't scare anybody, Amari. Now the pressure is, you're more of a veteran. And yes, you were lucky in Raider land, and they dished you out. And now you landed in, Cowboy land. They think you go, but now they see, well, he's pretty slow. He's just a route runner. That's all he is, a route runner. Well, guess what, Amari? Oh, you're so, yeah, again, I'm calling you out, Amari. Come on, you're getting paid. You're getting paid, Amari. Step up. And then let's look at the defense. Alden Smith, defensive end. DeMarcus Lawrence. Okay. Trayvon Diggs' brother from now in Buffalo. He's a rookie quarterback. Reggie Robinson, another rookie. He's playing quarterback. There's no players on the defense. Put it that way. There's no impressive. They do not, for some reason, Cowboy management do not draft superstars, build up their defense. That's one of the biggest problems right now. They have players that don't know how to be physical. And the players that were, the linebackers, they get hurt all the time. The inside linebackers get hurt. Their defensive line, inside defensive lineman, defensive tackle are not physical enough. And the entire cornerback, the defensive backs are not physical enough. They're always in trail technique. I never see them breaking up plays that much on a consistent basis. Come on, the defense is pathetic, and the defensive scheme is vanilla, and that's led by Mike Nolan, defensive coordinator. So what's wrong with the green? What's wrong with them Cowboys? It's coaching, it's players, it's management, it's the entire system is imploding. It's the entire system that's imploding. But you really go, if there's one factor that I would say is most critical for the Dallas Cowboys, is coaching. That's the reason I started with coaching. It starts with the head coach and the coaching staff, and I'm calling them out. And I've just seen something just the other day about some of the players feel like the coaches don't really care. I just saw that in one of my special leads, social media leads. So I would say, what's wrong with the Cowboys is coaching, 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 and we all know it's Jerry's world, but, we can't change Jerry's world because he's the owner. They still get a lot of pub for being mediocre at best. And even when Dak comes back, he's going to elevate the team, emotional standard. And again, you see the value of Dak Prescott now more than ever. Pay the man. Pay the man. And then you can gain your respectability. But when you don't pay the man and you have poor coaching, guess what's happening? By the end of the season, they're going to fire Mike McCarthy, going to get rid of defensive coordinator Mike Nolan. And he's going to get rid of a couple other coaches to save his own job. Yeah, Jerry spent too much money on Mike McCarthy. He can't fire Mike McCarthy now. So he's going to have to fire these coaches. The coaches will go first. And then they're going to have to address their defense and their offense. But primarily, I would say after the coaching, defense, and then offense. So there you go. What's wrong with the Cowboys? Coaching and everything in Dallas world. That's the Beetle. That's Football 101. You call me. You let me know how you feel. If you like it, please like and subscribe my video. This is Beetle. This is Football 101. And we just telling it like it is about the Dallas Cowboys. See ya, everyone. Just telling it like it is. We out.